Hello, everyone, and welcome to Abandoned Ship. That's right. This is gonna be the new Tuesday noon time slot. Ugh, that was a lot more difficult to say than I thought it would be. But I am actually extremely excited to play this. I love boat games. I love ocean games, and the art style in this is just absolutely beautiful. That being said, let's start new. Um, yeah, let's just delete that one. My adventure difficulty, quick start mode, no. If you wish to get right into action and skip the opening 3 maps, then start a new game with this box tick, you'll all be placed right next to a port to commence your adventure. Choosing quick start game will still allow you to choose your starting crew and customize your captain. Achieve a gold bonus to account that you may have accrued in the opening story maps. You're skipping plus a magistrate save is automatic performed at the beginning of the quick start game. I don't need tutorials. Normal is fine. Could do hard. We'll do normal. This is our seed. Let's go through. Now, a wild chorus, the birth of a monster. In that moment, the final strand is cut. A burst of clarity. The horror of your recent existence dawns upon you. Escape is all you can think of. The tentacles flail wildly in the water. People drop to their knees, some through fear, others with adulation. Their god is manifest. You watch from your position of privilege on a private balcony. You notice your 2 bodyguards are distracted and enraptured. Strike them down. Flee this accursed place. Instinctively grabbing something, you smash it down on the head of the first guard. Shock surprise registers on the second before he too is down. You are unsure whether they are dead or unconscious. You feel a drip from your fingers. You look down at your improvised weapon, a small idol of Father. It is cracked and has cut your hand. You are drifting, but something inside snaps you back to reality. You have to move fast. The cells offer the safest route to freedom. Flee! You stride into the prison with feigned authority. No matter, the place is unguarded in our, no, their moment of triumph. Escaping alone would be futile, so you grab the keys from the guard room and approach the prisoners. Who will you unlock first? Alright, so this is going to be our, crew select page. I typically go for a surgeon, a gunner, and I'm going to go with the sailor. I don't think I need a marine. Let's get a marine for now, and then I'll get a sailor later, because eventually I want 2 gunners, because you can have up to 6 crew, including yourself, so that's 4. So basically 2 gunners, and I think 2 fighters and 1 marine. Should be enough. And then us, who can be whatever we want. You and your new companions surge through the labyrinthine passage. Finally, a door. Light seeps in through cracks in the frame. Burst through the door. You close your eyes for a moment as a sea breeze brushes your face. Looking down the winding path ahead, you see what you had hoped for. A ship at anchor. It was likely stolen and repurposed by the cult. Time to put it to better use. Continue. Alright. So our plan is going to be, you go here, you go there, you go there, and you go whatever. I didn't get to save it, but that's fine. Dozens of furious cultists charge the jetty as you pull away, a high priest at their head. His scream reaches your ears and drips with scorn. Heed me, betrayer. Our Father knows and he sees you, always. You will never escape his embrace. As he speaks, the other cultists disperse, no doubt to begin their pursuit on their own vessels. They'll be sending ships after us. Let's get out of here. Alright, first order of business. You go there. You're actually going to go, I think, on that one for now. You're going to head into the middle. We're going to save these. Alright, and then we just have to go down from here. So as you can see, the way that the map is basically we're on a painting, and as we move, it actually paints in the surrounding area, which I personally think is very cool. What is this new book icon? It was not there the last time I played. Ooh, hello. A little bit of money. I am going to try exposing all the maps as we go. I'm pretty sure on this map we're relatively safe, to be honest with you, so I don't think anything bad should happen. But getting that money in the beginning is going to help us a lot. As you can see, we have $115 up there, 75 rations, 50 crew morale, which crew morale, I don't think, last I played it didn't really serve that much of a function, so I don't know about now, but at least then it was relatively useless, to put it lightly. It didn't serve a function, I'm sorry, but it just didn't. Alright, so the way to the right is locked, but we could potentially go everywhere else. I'm not going to. I'm only going to go down. But I do want to try getting the whole map, see if there's any more lucky gold on here for us, as we can potentially hire more crew right off the bat, because the more crew we have and the sooner we get them starting to train up and everything. And yes, our crew will be trained up in many different fields. If we hover over them, they have relative skills. That was our fighter, so he's right now his main skill is fighting, but we're gonna want to try to repurpose all of them to be all-purpose guys. Ooh, another 20, 135, very nice. Because I don't want to just have specialists, I want to have jacks of all trades. I want to be able to have, I mean, the specialists will get up to 5 little pips in each of their respected specialties. So the gunner will get 5 in gunning, the fighter will get 5 in fighting, the sailor will get 5 in repairing, and then the doctor is the only one that can do medical work. So he is very necessary to have, but he'll eventually get 5 in doctoring, I do believe, and our guy can get up to 4 in any, as well as the navigator can get up to 5 in navigating, although I don't see that having a strong purpose. In fact, a lot of times at the beginning, which is something I might do soon, is I repurpose one of the other guys who has a decent skill in something. So our gunner is gunning. Okay, if we had any guy that could have navigating. Patrolling cultists stumbled upon us. Man the guns, we owe them no mercy. So I can't right now. We're gonna set where these things go. To do that, you right click. You can also pause the game, which comes in very, very handy. But a lot of times what I'll do in the early stages is I will take, once I get another guy, if I don't get a gunner, I move the severed one, which is our captain's name. And I do keep the captain's name as the severed one onto another type of gun pretty early on, just so we can have it. Like right now, we can move the gunner over to grape shot, and that will allow us to shoot. Alright. No, you don't. No, you do not. Nope. Just go there. Take these guys, repurpose them over to where the sail is, as he is getting somewhat far away. And you know what? We're going to ram them this time. Alright, hop on over. And we're going to take out this guy. Oh, and our ram actually sunk the ship. Hopefully that hasn't been updated. Last time I played, if you sunk the ship, you actually got to get your crew back. Yeah, we're going to leave combat. Oh, thank gosh. We did keep them. Whew. Alright, so we're going to go to the Great Finding now. This map, may I add, is unbelievably huge. I think that there's like, what? Like a few dozen. Oh, hello. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 places we can go, which is just absolutely amazing. What's crew management? These are all new. Ooh, hello. Yeah, we're just going to head here. Move onward for now. You announce to the crew that you need to take stock and are not to be disturbed. In the captain's cabin, you find some clean clothes, most likely belonging to the poor previous occupant before the cult had their way with the ship. It feels good to be finally out of your flowing ceremonial robes. You stow them neatly away, knowing they may have their use. Examine yourself in the mirror. Actually, last time we didn't actually have a use for that. Are you need a guy or a girl? Who do we want to be? You are the severed one. Okay, you can now edit your name in the crew management thing. Cool. Can I be a lady? Nope. You are the severed one. Once devotion to the Father was all the future you needed. Now something has changed. You are no longer an unquestioning crucial part of the whole. Now you are severed and free. You don't even recognize the face looking back at you. Were you? All you're certain of is that your past was stolen by a being known as Father. Some spark within you pierced the fog of your blind devotion. Now you must kindle it if you're going to have any chance of remaking yourself. Then the hunt for answers and revenge can begin. Can I be a girl? Is right-clicking what I need to do? Shift-clicking. Enter. Okay, apparently it's locked in that we're a dude. Confirm. You re-emerge onto the deck and the crew snap to attention. We may have escaped, you begin, but we are not yet safe. We must make port, then go our separate ways. It's me thereafter. You return to your cabin and slump into a chair. Moments later, a strong undercurrent of exhaustion pulls you into a deep sleep. Still loved and always in his thoughts, you were the first. But he knew something within you had changed. Thus, you were marginalized, became a symbolic icon with no real power. You didn't care. Something in you was gaining strength. Little by little, the fog was clearing. A sharp knock on your door snaps you awake. Moments later, you stride back to the deck to issue commands. The cult fortress is far from inhabited lands. We'll need to navigate through open waters before we can find a port. Alright, so that's going to be a fight right there. I know I'm going to have to do it, but... Alright, so we can only go one way. I may as well get it over with now that we're up here. I don't really want to, however, but it's here. We'll have to get it done. It will help with money situation, but it will. If it's a tough ship, like we might lose too. So there's all money. So there's always that option. However, it'll be best for our crew if we get this going up. And really, I want to try getting as much money as I can, to upgrade the ship as fast as I can. Because there are a few tactics that I tend to employ in this game that I personally believe are extremely helpful. Now, some of the first upgrades I think you should get are definitely getting a full crew, as well as then focusing on the other upgrades to the ship. Not upgrading your ship, but the upgrades you can get for a ship, because these things can move over. And then basically save up for a better ship later on, because you can easily go the entire game by using the base ship. It's possible. I don't fully recommend it, as with a full crew, a bigger ship is better. Like, much better. And in fact, depending on the type of ship you have and the layout, you really don't even need to have certain things. Like right now, a chain shot is only to get super close, which will be helpful for the grape shot. Eventually, we probably won't even be doing that. We'll probably just be going in and having Um, Mortars do a large amount of base damage. Snipers to take out individual crew if we have to. Because sometimes, some ships are kind of weak and we don't even have to. Also, poison, stuff that we can use to sink the ship. Just, there's a lot of options, so you can play this game how you want. I'm going to play this game in a way that I know how. Like, eventually, we're not going to need fighters. We might even have just a whole fleet of gunners. And that's completely okay. Like, having a medic, a couple gunners, a couple sailors, and then just going ham on the gunner situation. Like, our sailor even could be the guy who mans the boat. Like, we could even just change it so the severed one is the main repair guy. We don't even need to have a sailor really in the end game, as long as we have 4 gunners, I think, a medic, and a guy who's relatively good at everything else. In fact, I might even start training the severed one in that regard, so we can start getting the gunners going. But so we need, also, if you notice, this had a question mark before it. Now it has 0-4, which means there's 4 events on the map that we need to, or 4 events that we have to go through to complete in order to get through the gate. And so there's a chance here that we can get away with this one. We don't need to fight them for it to count as like an event. Just going over it counts. Anyway, you've been watching a cult vessel in rapt concentration for a while now. As you suddenly change course to put distance between you, you lower the spyglass and raise the rum glass. Your true identity has escaped their notice this time. We can't risk them having spotted us. The risk is too great. Attack, and then we can drink and sleep easy. Keep the tiller steady. They have no reason to suspect us at this distance. That's another thing in the early game. Until your crew are more well established, I would avoid fights instead of getting into them. Like, obviously, you're going to need to go over the quest, and some are going to be unavoidable, but if you can, get out of it. A long formation of ships of the line indicates a prominent cult fleet. One of the smaller ships peels off to investigate you more closely. We must flee. Attacking now would be tantamount to suicide. Sometimes this option will get them to attack us. It was soon apparent that you had too much of a head start to be caught, so the cult ship returned to formation alongside the rest of the fleet. Sometimes we'll get that. Sometimes it'll be we did it too late and they caught us. Ooh, little fish. I never noticed that before. You are direct course incoming ship with an approaching cult vessel. They have plenty of answer. Take us to cannon range. Bring the ship about. I'm gonna go with a fight right now, just because I'm in the mood for one. All right. Our gunner's gonna go here. I'm gonna try getting in as close as possible. I don't see any reason right now not to. Basically, if we can keep stuff damaged, like the chain shot is good in the beginning just for a damage. Did they have poison shots? Did I just see poison? But the chain shot's good because if we can keep their guys busy repairing stuff, it'll be a lot better for us in the long run. Just because... Oh, hey, how are you? You repair that. And in fact, we're just going to take you and we're going to start repairing everything. Because I don't mind if we're not maintaining a close range. We're just going to sink everything from now on. But I want to start getting him up on the point where repairs are going a lot quicker. Bam. Because as you can see, that thing's going kind of slowly. Alright. Ooh, no, wait. You repair that. We don't want to sink. Yeah, eventually this will go a lot quicker. When we don't even need to worry about us sinking. And eventually these are going to go a lot quicker too. Like, we might even have a doctor. See, we have 4 parts here. Our doctor will be getting pretty good up on... Hang on, let's repair that first. The doctor will be getting pretty good up on the whole... Yeah, that thing's going. On the shooting, so we could even have a guy there. Because we have 4 bits here, which is pretty good. But eventually we're going to have something in the middle. I mean, we have 5 guys. Eventually, we'll actually have 2 things in the middle. So, to be perfectly honest, no. We take that down. So, to be perfectly honest with you, 6 guys constantly on guns is basically what we're gonna go for as an end game type thing. Obviously, our guns are gonna be a lot better at that point, but it'll be okay. Alright, they're gonna go down in the next volley. We're probably gonna need to grab something or another to fix this. There we go. Looks like a lot of our stuff was hitting their back side, not the front side. But let me move to last thing. Your crew comb eagerly through the debris for anything of value. One of them nearly falls overboard, but is hauled back by his cackling mates. Ooh, the swivel gun actually allows us to swivel and leave combat. You drop to your knees. It feels like a lightning storm inside your skull. You sense a massive ancient intelligence emerging from it. Scanning the horizon, you see a natural disturbance in the water. It's approaching fast. Well, guys, that's actually the time I have for in this first episode, but if you guys are enjoying, do come back next time for more Abandoned Ship to find out what this unnatural disturbance in the water is. Subscribe for more content. Leave a comment down below if you want to like the video, do all that nonsense. I'm your host, Jimmy, and we will see you in the next one. Later.